Hello everyone, that's my 15 here. Today I'm going to be making a slightly different video type to say. I'm going to be saying not really giving well I guess it is a tutorial, but more so how to use a ship that is, Warspite. Warspite's retrofit to be exact, of which, as you can see, I have to level 118. Both are skills maxed out. And despite Warspite's retrofit being overpowered, and despite Warspite also matching even Frederick in terms of firepower, she's not the best in PvE. And I'm going to show you two positions that Warspite retrofit, and just Warspite, even without a retrofit, really excels in. So to show you here what I have her equipped with, I have her with the 410 millimeter mounted gun. The reason of this is because it fires armor piercing shells. For those of you that don't know, there's 3 ammo types in Azur: AP, normal, and high explosive. High explosive does more damage against light targets. AP does more damage against medium and heavy armor types. And normal kind of just does all around, but it really doesn't have a strength. So the two positions that Warspite retrofit really excels in would first be 9-3, well, to show you how 9-3 goes about. Here I've just got Warspite Retrofit, Alabama, Enterprise. I got Rune, Kawakaze, and San Diego's Retrofit, which I'll put San Diego in the middle. I'm gonna have them on single line formation for the extra damage. So Warspite Retrofit really excels on matches like this because of 2 reasons. One, the enemies against you, as you just saw right there, are close enough with Warspite's skill that targets the enemy farthest away, are not going, or either going to be close enough where it's going to hit them really quickly, or far away enough where they're not going to be moving. And this is why I say that Warspite's skill is amazing. These bosses, these enemies are not going to move. I mean, that Warspite skill that would usually target the enemy that's closest to you, that is farthest away from Warspite, is going to be hitting Oyashio in the very back constantly, as you just saw it there. It is going to completely melt through them. So Warspite Retrofit is good against at least her skill is good against slow moving or not moving at all targets, such as the boss in 9-3. Well, it just absolutely must shoot them. Don't get me wrong, Warspite Retrofit can be used in any mission and will work excellently because she has a normal battleship barrage, but her skill will be getting the most use out of either missions like 9-3 or PvP. Now, when it comes to PvP, to give you an example, for who'd go after? I'll go after this person. And definitely you should also know if you're going to be getting the PvP and you're going to be using something like Warspite is. Ship positioning is really important. Enterprise, there, is on the 3rd slot of the enemy fleet, meaning that she's going to be on the very bottom. That means the farthest position away from Warspite, well, is going to be up here, of course. So we put them up there. And then we'll get in the PvP and show you how things go out. Now, the thing about Enterprise is, Enterprise used to rule the PvP meta because of her skill makes her invincible and does a lot of damage. However, the moment Warspite's skill activates, see, Warspite's skill also has a secondary function. Not only does it take an absolute chunk out of whatever it hits, it makes it where Royal Navy ships are more likely to fire the guns at that ship. In this case, that ship, Warspite is a Royal Navy ship. I mean, the Warspite is going to always, most likely, shoot at the target that are skill hits. This case, being Enterprise. And as you can see, they completely tore apart Enterprise, which was pretty much this person's only chance of winning. But with Warspite, you just remove a backline, one of the backline ships of your choice from the game at the beginning. And this will work not just against Enterprise. This will work against really anyone. You can see you've got some good choices here. It would work against that Enterprise, this Amagi. It would work against this Akagi and this Akagi and Kaga. It would work against this Shakaku and Zuikaku. They would work against this other Warspite retrofit and Hiryu. It would work against all of them. And any others to give you a... I'll go ahead and restart it here to show you. You could get rid of this Enterprise, which would be the only resistance that you would have out of this fleet. This fleet would be easy without the Enterprise being there. Good thing that Warspite retrofit will completely invalidate that Enterprise's existence by erasing them. Same thing with that Enterprise. Same thing with this Warspite of that hero. Or that Enterprise. As you can probably tell, Enterprises are very popular in PvP. And within good reason as well. Let me tell you, they have an Enterprise of my own. Max level. With 200 oath. They are very strong, and they have max gear on them as well. This is pretty much the peak and the strongest that you'll be able to get in Enterprise. Now, she's really strong. She tears through enemies like absolutely nothing normally, but with her skill put into place, not only does she have a 7 chance for her airstrike to do double damage, but her to become unkillable for 8 seconds. Her aviation right here is, as you can see, over 700. That is really good, and technically it should be over, that'd be over 1500 whenever her airstrike's doubled. So that's almost 1500 damage from Enterprise alone, which is why she's so popular in PvP. And why ships such as Warspite, or even Hood down here, or even ships with a forward frontal accurate barrage is strong against Enterprise, and will run so often. It's the stop Enterprise, because she's strong at PvP. Now, if you're really having trouble with Enterprise, you just need to bring this thing along, and you're going to be good. You're going to be good against any backline aircraft carrier, as long as you have this thing in your fleet. And as long as RNG is also good enough for I am number 1 to go off. But it still begs the question that Warspite's one of the best counters against Enterprise. And Enterprise is so popular in the meta, the PvP meta that is, that even a non-retrofitted Warspite is so strong because her ability still does the same thing of hitting backline. The only thing that Warspite's retrofit actually adds to her skill is that Royal Navy ships will attack the ship that it goes after more often than it is. And so that's why Warspite's retrofit is as in the campaign chapters. Now, she's not unusable in the chapters, but she really does do a lot better in PvP. Paired with Queen Elizabeth, and you have a insanely strong PvP backline along with any other Royal Navy backline. Let me tell you, the Royal Navy have some very strong backline ships, including formidable or even Monarch, Hood, King George V. Very strong, and Royal Navy is really works the best when combined together, which is I recommend, especially if you're starting off, if you have Queen Elizabeth and you have other Royal Navy ships like Warspite, you get Hood, even Prince of Wales, Unicorn, and as for frontline, I mean, Javelin, if you pick Javelin as your starter ship, I mean, any of the ships here will work, because Royal Navy ships work so well together. And strong, regardless of her insane firepower stat, but her skills is just simply what faction she's in. With that, there's, I guess, been this tutorial of why Warspite is just overpowered, and not only PvP is because of her skill and her this absolutely insane firepower stat, of its rivals Frederick the Gross in terms of, well, firepower. And if you enjoyed, hit the like or not. Like it if you liked it. If you enjoyed it, let me know. And I'll let me know as well, I guess. See ya.